You know, I love my great state of Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright.
There's not another state like it. We are a state that joined, we weren't annexed, we were literally our own nation. And with that being the case, there are certain laws and rights here in Texas that you can't find in any of the other states in America.
Zero. Not even a one.
Now, with that said, I'm not happy with everything that goes on as it pertains to the law in my great state.
Nope.
No way.
Because there are certain people that should not have certain rights.
He's out of line, but he's right.
So let's talk about that. Here in Texas, we have a thing called constitutional carry, that you can open carry a firearm without a license. And that sounds all great, you know, 2A. And before, I won't say before, but whereas America has a 2A, Texas started our revolution with a flag that simply said, come and take it, with a cannon on it. My state. But with that, I also had a lot of trepidation. It's one of those things that my dearly departed little brother Frosty would fight me over. I do not agree with anybody, and I mean anybody, carrying a gun without learning what it means and the weight of carrying that weapon.
Preach!
Because I am not one of those cool people that believe, oh, a gun is just a tool.
No.
A gun is a weapon invented to kill, period. End of the story, nothing else after that. A gun is intended to kill at a distance. That's why the weapon was made.
And that's it.
And with that said, I am not with everybody just because they are of legal age to carry a firearm being allowed to carry a firearm.
Okay.
Or, as a situation I'm about to take you into, be allowed to own it.
Man, this is some bullshit. Boo this man.
I know I'm about to set a lot of folks off. Just hear me out with this one, okay? To drive a car, to legally operate a motor vehicle, you have to take a test and learn how to drive. You have to learn how to drive, take a test, pass a test, and you are given a license.
Please, go on.
Hell, even if you know how to drive a car, you have to take another test to drive something even bigger. You got to get a commercial driver's license to learn how to drive 18-wheelers and large vehicles of that nature.
Okay.
Even to operate a forklift, you have to take a class to learn how to operate a forklift.
I mean, that's true.
Just to be a bartender here in Texas, just to serve drinks, whether you are a bartender or you work within a liquor store, you have to take a class and a test just to be able to sell drinks.
Damn.
And when I first got my license, this was way back when I do believe it was during Bush's, George W.'s time here, when we had to take, oh man, it was a multi-day class to get a concealed handgun license. Then it dropped down to a weekend class or one-day class and whatever. But I remember I got a lot from those classes, because in those classes, it teaches you things that you wouldn't normally think about when having a firearm.
Enlighten me.
If you have a good instructor, and I've had two great ones, When you've had a good instructor, they will impart knowledge upon you that make you really think. And the first thing they ask you is, are you responsible enough to own a firearm?
Good question.
I remember when I had to get mine renewed, the instructor said, are you responsible enough for a firearm? If not, then leave the class now because it's not worth your time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And during that class, the various things that this particular instructor taught us are things that I carry with me. He says things like, before you pull that trigger, there are 3 things you need to think about. You need to think about your target, what's behind your target, and what's beyond that.
Wow. Wow.
Because bullets don't come with brakes. So you need to be damn sure of what you are aiming at and what all the possible ramifications can be once you pull that trigger and that round leaves that barrel.
You're damn right.
These are things that you are taught in a class. There are other things, but I won't bog you down with the minutia. I believe that owning a firearm, you should have to take a class.
Period.
Whether you carry it or not, I honestly believe in today's time, you can own 100 guns. I don't care. I do not care how many firearms you have. Are you a responsible person with those weapons?
That's what I want to know.
And with the incidents that have happened recently, I believe mandatory classes are necessary.
Yep.
So again, I know there are a lot of people going, man, you're crazy. Second Amendment, I'm with it. I really am. I'm with you having the right to bear arms, but I'm also with the right of being responsible. You have the right to buy a car. That doesn't mean you're responsible enough to operate it.
No. He's got a point.
There are a ton of things in life that you need licenses, classes, and permission to do. This simply should be one of them. Here is why. Houston ding dong ditch shooting arrest. Suspect charged with boy's murder. Just the headline alone is enough to make you go, what? I felt the exact same way when I saw it. So let's get into the article. A man has been charged with murder for the deadly shooting of an 11-year-old boy who police say was killed while playing ding dong ditch in Houston over the weekend.
That's just tragic.
Y'all know I'm a much older guy, and in my bracket, that was a thing. Every kid did it. Y'all played ding dong ditch at some point in time. Who would have thought bringing back something as childish and immature and annoying to the person you're ding donging? Who would have thought that a child's game would lead to murder?
Nobody.
Why? Let's read on. Here, the backstory. The shooting occurred just before 11 p.m. Saturday on the 9700 block of Membro near Fidelity Street in East Harris County. According to police, the boy and his friends were playing ding dong ditch and rang a doorbell at the home on Membro. Police say someone in the house came out and started shooting as the kids were running away.
What the hell is wrong with you?
The boy was shot and collapsed about a block away. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and later passed away. That's a level of ridiculous that should not exist. They played ding dong ditch and you were just so upset about kids ringing your doorbell or knocking on your door and running away that you had to shoot them?
No, you got something wrong in your head.
What is wrong with you mentally to go outside and start shooting at kids running away because they rang your fucking doorbell? What is wrong with you? And this is why I say that class is needed. That class teaches you your obligations and rights as a firearm user, when you can and cannot, when you should and should not pull that trigger.
Exactly.
And I'm here to tell you, people fleeing away from you, number one no-no in Texas. That's why this ass clown is charged with murder.
Police, get what you fucking deserve.
He ought to get a second case of being just a straight asshole for shooting at kids running away after playing ding dong ditch.
100 million billion %.
The reason I say that this needs to be a class taught. The reason I say that people who own firearms need to go to class is because this case, this wasn't the only case where this happened. What? Here, deadly ding-dong ditch case in Houston isn't the first time the childhood prank has led to charges.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Ding Dong Ditch is a childhood prank that's been around for decades, but it gained popularity again in recent years thanks to a viral TikTok challenge.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I really want to blame TikTok, but nobody forces these people to follow the idiocy they see on TikTok. You have to have a level of brain deadness to follow all these dumbass trends, like eat a Tide Pod shit.
And they are so dumb.
Here it talks about the Houston man who has been charged with murder, but going down is where I want to get to. Here in Frisco, it's in the DFW area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the city of Frisco. Ding Dong Ditch is a childhood prank that's been around for decades, blah, blah, blah.
I get it.
The social media trend is also sometimes called the kick door challenge.
Wait! Woo-woo.
Now let me stop right there. That can and will get your ass shot.
Yes, sir.
That can and will get you shot. A homeowner would be legally right to bust you in your ass if you kicked that door and it came open. They will be legally right. Under Texas law, that is called forced entry. You are allowed to defend yourself. So doing that dumbassery, if you're not just knocking or ringing a doorbell and running away, and you want to try to pull a kick door in Texas,
Not a great plan.
that's the wrong state for that dumbassery. In North Texas last month, a man was arrested and charged with aggravated assault after allegedly shooting at 3 kids who kicked his door. The teens later admitted they were ding-dong ditching in the area before their vehicle was shot at, according to Frisco police. No one was injured.
I'll say amen to that.
Now here is what makes a lot of sense too. Parents, please talk to your kids about the dangers of participating in these types of TikTok challenges.
Yes, please.
Parents should have learned this shit after the Tide Pods thing, when they were daring kids to fuck around and eat bleach.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
The teens involved in this case are very fortunate they were not shot and killed or seriously injured.
Thank you, God.
Here is what is very, very important, because the Frisco police chief is about to bring up Texas law. For homeowners, it is important to understand that there are legal and criminal consequences for running outside and shooting at a vehicle fleeing the scene. That goes for people as well.
That's it.
See, there are 2 things at play here. One of them being the most basic: control your fucking emotions. Okay, some kids are getting on your nerves. They're fucking with you. They are playing with your doorbell, all that kind of good stuff. You are the adult here. These are the kids running off endorphin emotions, getting the high from messing with you. That's what they do. You are the adult. Your job is to control yourself.
I mean, grow up.
And find a better way to handle the situation instead of shooting at kids playing a dumbass kids game.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, they're kicking in your door. What happens, happens. But the important thing about that is they were fleeing the scene. They no longer hold a threat to you. Let me finish reading what he says. The bullets fired in this offense could have easily struck neighbors' houses and had deadly consequences.
Aha!
Remember what I told you they taught me in that class? Think about your target, what's behind your target, and what's beyond that. If you take the class, these are things you think about before you pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
This entire incident is completely senseless and avoidable had better decisions been made by all involved. And that is my very, very strong and real point.
You've got to do better.
I get it. Kids can be assholes. They can be annoying. That's understood. That's what kids do.
Yep.
What is not understood is the adults reacting on the same emotional level as a child.
I don't get it.
You are the adult. Behave like one.
It's just that plain and fucking simple.
Now, with that said, because it goes back into the whole thing about mental awareness or mental maturity when it comes to firearms and people.
I agree.
But I also say everyone needs a class.
Yep.
You should have I understand people are going to get pissed off. I dig it. But if you need a license to do damn near everything else, I worked for a company. I was not going to be the person writing a mortgage loan. I was just going to offer the clients, hey, our company offers mortgage loans, mortgage refinancing. Do you know just for me to utter that statement, I had to take a mortgage class?
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Yes. Just for me to be able to say, hey, look, our company offers fixed term mortgages. Just for me to offer that, I had to be licensed. Just for me to, even though I would have nothing to do with it other than giving them the number to our mortgage division, I had to get a license for it.
Damn.
You have to have a license to sell life insurance. You have to have a license to write people up on health insurance. You have to have a license for all these things. So why is it so incredulous to suggest that to own and operate a firearm, you should be able to take a class? And I'm not telling you to take a class for every firearm. You don't have to take a class for every non-commercial vehicle you buy. Once you get your driver's license, you can get everything from an SUV to an ATV. Okay? There it is. Just take a class, get it renewed every 7-10 years, but everyone should know the ramifications, the responsibilities, duties, and privileges that come with owning a firearm. Because these ass clowns, they either didn't know or didn't care. And that's not good for anyone involved.
That is correct.
Prayers to the family that lost the 11-year-old boy behind a childish prank. And whatever happens to that ass clown that decided to shoot an 11-year-old kid running away from his house, what happens to you, buddy. You deserve every single bit of it.
Proceeds on your way to oblivion.
That's all I had to say on this edition of Free Mind Thinkers. If you like what you heard, click that like button. If you like it and want to hear more, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. But most importantly, leave a comment down below and share me out there. Love me or hate me, agree or disagree, let's get a conversation going because that's where the real power is. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker, representing Free Mind Thinkers, reminding you all to stand up, stand out, think differently. I'll holla.